Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is good to be back on your radio, this time with Economic Hour on 99.9 and other frequencies across the country. My name is Vafle Kamara. I have been away for a couple of weeks, but let me say many thanks to Melvin Stewart, who was assisting me with the presentation of the Economic Hour show on ELBC Radio. It is a 1 hour radio program brought to you, sponsored by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. This show, we place the spotlight on the economy as a priority, but also look at other sectors that are contributing to national growth and development. We place development under the spotlight. And so this morning, I will be speaking with the Executive Director of the Versatile Vocational Training Center, Mr. Louis Togba. You know, the Versatile Vocational Training Center is one of the TVET institutions that's doing extremely well with molding the minds of young people. It is located in Painesville. And so we will delve into its establishment and the vision and the brain behind the idea behind the establishment of that vocational training center. So my guest, Louis Togba, will be here very shortly. But it's been quite a while being away from the radio. But it's good to be back. And again, I like to say many thanks to my colleague Melvin Stewart, who was in my steps with the presentation of this show. This program, the Economic Hour, is being relayed on other community radio stations. Radio station in Monrovia, OKFM is relaying, and Classic FM in Kakatama, Gibi County is relaying. Super Bongis in Bangabong County is relaying. Radio Banga as well. Radio Gompa in Ganta, Nimba County, and a host of other community radio stations across the country are relaying this radio program. My name is Vafle Kamara. We are taking a very short break. When we come back, we'll talk more on Economic Hour right here on ELBC Radio. Welcome back to Economic Hour on ELBC Radio. Yeah, so like I said this morning, I will be playing host to the Executive Director of the Versatile Vocational Training Center, located somewhere in the rehab community in Painesville. Mr. Louis Togba will be here shortly as my guest on the Economic Hour. As the campaign is on. October 10 is the elections. We'll be going to the polls on October 10. Political parties are very active with the campaign. But as much as that is going on, development is still taking place. Sectors in government or out of government are making progress. And TVET, like many stakeholders, whether it's our international partners or the government, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, those responsible for the advancement of technical and vocational training in the country, they've stressed the important need for more investment and the establishment of more technical and vocational training institutions in the country. With that, young people will have the opportunity. If you don't want to go to the academic let's say you don't want to go to the university and study the sociology, the mass communication, the business management, and all that. You can venture into hands-on, the technical aspect of that. And I wish I had the opportunity, you know, to be one of those into TVET, and I think it's not late because TVET plays an essential part of our society. And just to share my experience, because for the last 3 weeks I've been out. I was in the People's Republic of China, and it will amaze you to know that people in other countries, advanced countries, they're not, they see TVET as a priority first of all, before white collar jobs. Those who do the you see the skyscrapers, you see the big buildings. There are human beings who build them, and they build them because they have this technical education. So, and they are even wealthy than the people who sit in the offices, who sign the papers, because they do the technical aspect of what society needs. So TVET we cannot emphasize the importance of TVET. It's so essential, and this is what I think government is doing everything possible, buttressing the effort of institutions like the Versatile Vocational Training Center, to be more equipped, with good learning environment, so that when they put up graduates, those people can have job right away. If right now, if you graduated from the University of Liberia with degree in sociology, and the man who graduated from the Versatile Vocational Training Center with tailoring, I tell you what, the person that graduated with tailoring skill will have job very faster than you, who graduated with a degree in sociology. So you see, this is how society is evolving. It's evolving into being technical. So as and when I see high schools, multilaterals having vocational aspect of what they do, of the academic, and it's commendable. And the government is doing everything through its partners, like the EU, the European Union, like the IRAS project and all that. They're helping to build the capacity of these high schools. As you put out graduates from the academic, these graduates also have these technical knowledge, so that if you don't find a job into the office, let's say, you can get a job with tailoring, you can get a job with soap making, you can get a job with electrical skills and all that. So we cannot emphasize the important need for investment into TVET. And my guest, Louis Togba, who's just arrived, will delve more into, because he has the first-hand knowledge, and he bears witness to technical and vocational education in the country, because he's into it. He's the executive director of the Versatile Vocational Training Center, and they've been doing extremely well. I've witnessed the recent graduates that they put out, the graduation that they put out, they held just recently before I left for China, and you could see how excited these young people were, getting the technical hands-on. So we will talk more about that. Like I said, on Economic Hour, this program will talk development. We look at all of the contribution towards the advancement of Liberia, the economy as well. And so Mr. Tugba is already in studio. Mr. Tugba, good morning again. How are you?
Thank you, Vavle. And let me apologize because Vavle, you know that our mama, our papa now.
Yeah, I know.
So we got to take care of the grandchildren and other stuff. But I'm happy, I'm overwhelmed and humbled to be in this studio. Something we dream and aim for many years ago when ELBC was devastated, thanks to the management team for restoring the dignity of the state broadcaster, where we serve 12 unbroken years as senior staff before we left and went to serve the other side of society.
And let me just ask you, you know, how you as a journalist, veteran journalist now into TVET, you know, where is the connection?
For the record, because I am the founder and board chair of the Versatile Vocational Training Center.
Okay.
Mr. G. Tinisi Togba is the executive director of the institution. Vavle, you know, I will die happily as a journalist. It's not bragging, but I left active mainstream journalism and practice, and I decided to rest after I left LBS, serve at station manager at Radio Monrovia, station manager at Elnet Radio, and then briefly at I think one voice station with Costa for 2 months because of professional differences. And then I decided to stay home. And then it came a time where I told my wife and my children that I've tired with active service and I wanted to go another direction. But I did not know which way I would have gone or God was leading me to. And it was after like 6 months or more, I sat one day and got up in the morning, very excited and happy. I said, look, we have to do something new. And they said, what is that? I said, we have to establish our own organization where we provide service, you know, do some community work, voluntary community work, and based on our professional expertise, and then we can train people also as one of the projects. So the Versatile Vocational Training Center is one of the main projects and dream, vision, and mission of the Versatile Trust, a non-for-profit organization that was established 6 years ago. All right. And since then, this gone Sunday was our 6th graduation and 4th for the journalism program and 6 for other courses that we are endeavoring to. So it just occurred. All right. It just occurred. And when I got involved into it, I didn't just introduce journalism because I am a journalist. G. Tinisi Toba is a fashionist. He's a tailor and a fashion designer. He's also an expert in event planning and event decoration. The other guy who have gone on the other side, he's a special person in graphic arts and craft. All right. So, and I am a journalist. But when we say we do tailoring, what we get that what we do, I said, but gentlemen, we can't put journalism there because journalism is a special course. We take time how we unveil the programs. And then I came here one time. So you were being biased with that because as somebody who comes from journalism background, you're trying to treat it so special. That journalism is a core. And is dedicated. I know people in Liberia nowadays. I know the issue of citizen journalism. That's a whole ball game. Every day, Tony and Harry, when they graduate from college, sometimes they can't find job. Then they feel that the easiest way to go is to go to journalism. But journalism is a humble profession. So to establish a journalism program within your institution, you have to get a curriculum going, which way you want to go, what kind of courses. It got to be hands-on. Remember, this is not a college or university where you have to go spend 4 years like us we did. Over 4 years, we were at the university studying mass communication. This is journalism. So you have to inculcate the kind of program into it that will be marketable to those who are coming to acquire. And it is not your one. All right. Tailoring. Let me tailoring sometimes because of the group as the cry is for that semester. We can get 2 persons. All right. But one person can teach tailoring. For example, decoration, event planning, catering,
soap
making, others. But journalism, I can teach journalism. I have to get the experts and those who will be willing. Many of our colleagues have passed through the walls of Louis Stewart School of Journalism. Lack of commitment, sometimes their job, and because the money is not there, and we organize to cater to challenge young people in society, single mothers, hard to enter university. Those are people for whom we were established. Kids in the streets, to give them skill that they will be marketable to take care of their livelihood. So journalism introduction literally was intentional because we wanted it to be very professional
and well thought of.
Yes.
Now, 6 years ago, established a versatile vocational training center. What are the courses that you offer?
For the general courses, specifically under the VVTC, besides the specialized program journalism, we have tried the waters. But right now, currently, we offering tailoring fashion design for 1 year. But we broke it down now in our new operational operandos. We broke tailoring down to 6 months and 1 year. So somebody wanted to come and do.
So you have the short term and the long term.
But before them, up to this graduate, we have 1 year, strict 1 year, rigorous 1 year.
Is that a reason for that?
Yes, because these people. The way we thought about this program, when you have left the walls of VVTC and you say to yourself that you did, for example, pastry or catering, all right? Nothing in that course or in that area of profession, although you may not learn everything, but we try as much as possible to ensure that we inculcate into you, you will work with your hands so that when you go out, your pockets, your lapa nose should not be empty. That's the reason. This is why we focus on training. I was saying the other day, our facilities may not be excellent to standard, for real vocational school standard. I'm saying this. I'm not bragging about that. But we focus on the training of those who come to the walls of VVTC. For example, you wanted to do tailoring. You will do tailoring for 3 months with your hands. And you got to sew different items. I think 12 items, buttonholes, straight shirt, all those kind of stuff. You will use your hands. And the rest of the 9 months, you'll be on the machine. And in the last 2 months of your study, you'll be doing fashion, doing bags, slippers, all sort of fashion things. Okay, you saw the bag I brought here.
Yeah.
This bag, I've taken it back to the States twice. And I remember the first time, 2000.
That was made at the VVTC.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. This bag, the first time I went to the States, when I was coming back, I brought 3 brand new laptops. And I'm talking about camera in this one bag. It tells you quality is good. Sometimes when VVTC is graduating, yes, it cut across. Sometimes we put out 30, sometimes 25. I remember one time we were 40 some students, sometimes 15.
I also witnessed the fact that you put up the graduates. There were people who, I think for some reason they didn't
participate.
They didn't participate. And you denied them graduation.
Oh no. Actually, they were 20 out of 52 that entered for the year under review for which we graduated. There were 23 that were shortlisted for graduation, meaning they are not far. Some had completed, some, if they buckle up, they could be part of the number. But because of the standard and they could not, so they could not make it.
So you don't compromise your
No. But listen, I tell people, how would I sign your diploma and I know that you are wiggling? We work, counseling.
Because you're going to be an ambassador of
the VVTC. Right? An ambassador for yourself. If you say you can sew, except maybe I got to buy a coat suit from the store, Everything you see on me every time, one is not t-shirt, is made by the fashion and design people there at VVTC. G. Tennessee Toba is a brain. I mean, young fellow. Tennessee Toba went to the BOTC. He did tailoring and fashion design. On top of that, he did event planning, event decoration. The boy is an expert. So every time you see the things on me, Tennessee did
so let's connect what you do with your contribution to the economy. When how do you contribute to the economy?
A lot. Contributing to the economy may not be putting money in people's pocket.
Yeah.
All right. So let me backtrack a bit. VVTC, we're doing electricity. Right? Electricity cut across doing private homes, industrial and commercial electricity. Plumbing. Catering or pastry.
Yeah.
Event planning, event decoration, tailoring, fashion design, journalism. All right. So those courses, we're putting our all into it, because when you come to the school and you graduate, even while you are in the school, can you imagine so many electricity students, how they come to participate in the graduation program? Before they are finishing, the guys are already making money and contributing to national development. That's part of the economy. There was this boy who graduated, two of them, and I don't know that they got a background in civilian. And there was the hydro project going on in Freetown. And the boy went to visit his father, and he with the guys on the field. Just follow his father with the guys on the field and see what happened. Just helping doing some other stuff. Now there was a supervisor who was angry with the father that he had brought his son who's not part of the company. But the things the boy was doing, assisting and contributing to that job that day, he was muffled. And at the end of the day, he asked the father, this boy, what has he done? Where is he coming from? He said, he's from Liberia. What he did? He said, yeah, he did electricity. What school? He called the school name. He said, do you have your document? He said, no. When I graduated, I didn't collect my diploma and my other records. He said, if you bring it in 1 week, that boy drove from Freetown and King, a document already, we gave it to him. The boy is living in Freetown. He's a supervisor.
Wow.
There are many, some of our students are in Dubai. So to contribute to the economy, to empower people less fortunate, because the government cannot divide money to everybody. See how many persons doing to go do economy, not economy, but accounting, sociology. And when they come from the school, they don't put what they learn into practice to be employers. So we at VVTC, all right, what we are struggling to do is to empower single mothers. If a single mother knows how to do pastry to some level, quality level, you think her child or children will go hungry? No. She only need maybe that $10 or $100 or $50 to buy some flowers and other, things that can make her recipes. Either she want to do, pineapple upside down or whatever she wants to do. And she will be making money.
So how do you balance your quest to empower the most vulnerable in society?
What we do
with the fees, because all of this, I mean, you also want something to equip the facility.
Yes. So that has been a challenge.
Registration fees and all that. Do you have something like scholarship? What do you do when you see the most vulnerable eager to learn?
Yes. What we do, we were established and we're renting, say, using a campus, Help Liberia.
Yeah. And you need to pay a rental fee.
Then let me say thank you to the management of Help Liberia for the 2-3 years, they kept us there, moving our dream forward. But that was established. We said in 5 years we should be our own place.
Okay.
But in 3-4 years time, we're to our own place. You talk about fees. Because of my connection and my profession in society and wanting to help the vulnerable, the most vulnerable in society, we go to friends.
Okay.
We talk to people. All right. Let me commend Minister Coca Collins. All right, Ruth Coca Collins. who helped us immensely while shoveling, because when you're doing our RA road, part of the facility that we were using VVTC on Hebla Broad campus were demolished. So our fallback position, we were already doing our project, but small. So we have to intensify the construction work. She was very magnanimous. She helped us, I think, with the first 10 bundles of zinc. Okay, to cover the big structure on campus besides the other structures that are there. Thomas Goba. And besides that, she gave us 10 scholarship. Okay. 10 scholarship for 5 plumbing, 5 electricity females. All right. And then Thomas Goba also gave us 20 scholarship. You see that? So when that is going on, and recently, George Morba,
George Morba, a blessing in disguise.
Yes. On with George Morba, he was our last guest speaker. The Civil Aviation Authority Director General, Anthony George Morba. He just pronounced through his institution that he will be giving us 20 scholarship. So, and the vetting process,
every cycle.
No,
for this, yeah.
Yes, this cycle coming. And so what we intend to do, we're going to introduce a rigorous recruitment exercise for real needed and those who will end the program, because sometimes it's disappointing.
So you don't want to take just anybody?
No. So you must have the need and must see the zest, the
commitment.
Yes, that commitment within you first, before we take you to the program, because we don't want you to take the program and say, oh, I don't get competition to come to school. Oh, I'm doing the other thing. Oh, the other one. Somebody already paid. All you need to do
is to come to school.
You're not worrying about uniform. It's in the money. We'll give it to you. If there's a course that you're doing that require notes, that notes are also in the money. All right. So we reduce our fees when we came to our own place to $50 flat. All right. But right now, some of the scholarship, that's some of the money the people were paying. But right now, we step it up double. Yes, because, Value got to pay $3.
Yeah.
And let me say, currently, I am the national president of the National Association of Science and TVET Institutions in Liberia.
All right.
A conglomerate of nearly 90. If you look at the records, you look at the statistics at the Ministry of Education, Department of TVET, there are about 116. I think few have added now because they are propping up. They are not in the numbers yet, not registered, for example. Out of that number, about 90 are private schools. The government have the rest of the numbers because the government put in.
So the private is more.
So we are playing an intermediary role.
Yeah.
In supporting the government. This is a huge way to support the economy. All right. And most of these private schools who are registered with the government and working with the government, paying taxes, are challenged. All right. There are few private schools that are well to do. Some of them get international assistance and stuff like that. But it will be good for the government, as we are working to putting hands on the government to promote the vision of the government. The government cannot take all the challenged people in this country to train them. They can take some, but they can't train all. So the private sector is helping the national government to do this. In terms of strengthening the curriculum, okay, we have been having schools of international forums where the government, I want to commend Minister Zoga Wilson. Yeah, I'm commenting. Recently, he gave a Lickman test, 32 challenge and at-risk youth who went to the president at the playground there, Invincible Park. And then the president saw their needs. Some of them had eyes problem. Some of them had tooth, ear, eyes, multiple challenges because some have been drugged and abused, challenged, street 5 to 10 years, 10 to 16 years. They've been in this thing. But the president office were able to detoxificate them and then took them into a rehabilitation program. And then there were 21 guys and 12 females.
Okay.
And then the Minister of Youth and Sports called me through his office and his deputies. They asked me if my organization could go and talk to them. And then the process started. We went and talked to them, consulted them, the importance of vocational training. Now that they have been rehabilitated, they are into society. They don't want to just go into society. All those years are wasted. They should learn something with their hands.
Yeah.
And so, and they choose what they wanted to do. And after the process, they now were shared. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
They were shared among four of our institutional members.
Okay.
The Versatile Vocational Training Center took some. PSTC, right to Duple Road Professional Trades Training Center, Duple Road, took some. The Cornerstone in Carwell took some, and those two boys that went to Cornerstone Vocational College in Carwell, they came among the best doing nursing aid. Wow! One of those boys was a pointer. So you see, the guys are on the street, and then the other one went to humanitarian purse. So and after there was a 6 months intensive training program. And recently at the VVTC we had a graduation program. 2 weeks for the special project. FINDA was in full support of that project. Let me say hats up to you, Minister Zoga Wilson. I just collected the certificates for them from the minister office, and I'm waiting so that we can distribute. Those guys did heavy duty mechanic. Some did electricity, some did pastry. There's a girl that was doing the airline ticketing. All right, heavy duty mechanic, light driving, nursing aid. Wow, air conditioning. So at least, so I see that as a litmus test, and that I'm hearing the government is recruiting again. All right, the at-risk youth, taking care of their medication and other stuff. NASVED is standing by to assist the government do this. I know the government have facilities here, there, and yes, but the National Association of Science and TVET Institutions is struggling. And the only way, with all these discussions we have been having, digitalizing the TVET sector in Liberia, it's a 4-year project. Liberia is one of those countries that is earmarked to benefit, where students will learn online, have access to the internet, computer, different software that will be provided in the different vocational institutions in the country. And then even the curriculum, there have been schools of validations and meetings, looking at the government.
To have one curriculum for TVET.
Yes, standardized curriculum, a workable one. And TVET, had different stages. Yeah. All right. Somebody learning how to fix bread and things maybe for 3 months or 6 months, you cannot compare that person who is studying for 1 year or more. Yeah. So there are categories. So all these standards, who can be, and then at the end of your study, there should be an evaluation process where from all the schools, they will come together, TVET schools, and they will be evaluated. And then you will be given a national certificate. Besides what is offered you from your school, you'll be given a national security and maybe your RD, so that no company should refuse by employing you. Or business. All right, because now you have been validated, you have been satisfied, you're going through the rank and file based on your area of interest, you are qualified to work in Liberia. One of the challenges and one of the things the stakeholders are looking at, how can these children be marketable? Because VVTC so far has graduated a little over 200 students since the last 6 years. All right. Our alumni association is big, but the good thing about it, of course, majority of them are doing something, right? But there are others who are still challenged. Yeah, and that cut across other schools or other institutions. The children will learn. So I always tell them that there's a compulsory course at VVTC that we do, general etiquette or good manners. It's a compulsory course.
So even if you're doing theory, you have to do that.
Journalism, what are you doing? Cosmetology, okay, beauty care. What are you doing? Cosmetology or not?
So what is the essence of that course?
Very good. You're coming to VVTC so that your life could be changed. So tomorrow when you leave after the year or so, your life can be changed. If you acquire, even if you're the best beauty care student or cosmetology student, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you get bad ways, bad manners, how you think people will come to you? And there are some bad ways. Somebody will ask you, Violet, please sew my shirt. You say yes. The person pay you. When should I come for my shirt? You say come Wednesday. Today is what day? So for example, today was, okay, so today is Tuesday. So come Thursday. Your shirt will be ready. Off, they pay you. Only when the person returns, you are hiding behind the machine. That's a bad habit.
Mm-hmm.
But if the Violet came, or even before the day you call Violet, I finished with your shirt. And Violet came for that shirt. Violet went here to his office. There will be people who ask, Violet, who saw your shirt? Who saw your clothes? Oh, that's so person.
Then that shirt becomes your brand.
So I said that one person, Violet at one person, 3 person come. Those 3 person and Violet make it 4. 4 times 4, that's 8.
Mm-hmm.
8 by 2, that's 16 ambassadors you have out there. 16 by 2, that's 32. So if you get 32 person making case for you, then you have to ask your machine up, ask somebody to come help you because the load. So yourself making your own way there. But if you go the contrary and be insincere, good manners, etiquette is just kindness, being polite, being sincere, honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Many Liberians looking for job today, they get bad habit on the job. When they come breaking their 1 foot looking for a job, I experienced it. 12 years a year as senior staff. We were recruiting. See some of the guys who will come, or the ladies who will come with the sweet mouth, acting committed, and that didn't show you their work habit. Then you will be regretting. So we have to teach that course. You must do it.
Okay.
Sometimes when you graduate, you say good manner. They say bad manner. All right. Mm-hmm. So etiquette is a compulsory course. The economy will grow if the middle citizens are in power.
Yep.
And I always say, TVET is one of the easiest and surest, clean, no wahala ways to develop this country. Probably, they are bending the rules now. I'm sure I can be happy. I see Liberians driving, operating the heavy duties, equipment. You don't expect like how it used to be in the past. They're bringing American and pole that they're putting it up, and the Ghanaians they bring to put the poles up in the past. That's a disgrace to our country. We need to build our capacity technically.
Yeah, I was just saying that.
Technically, we need to build our capacity, because if we don't do that, everybody can sit down in the office.
So you're saying that TVET should be given the same attention as the academic.
Of course, there are so many documents and framework that have been worked out by the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the Ministry of Education, and stakeholders, UNESCO, UNICEF, all right, UNINDO, and different bodies. They are working together to standardize and make TVET more professional in the country. So one of the way government can support this economy and empower its citizens is to go into the TVET sector. The TVET sector is, I don't want to talk about my journalism students where they are saturated. There's Eric Sai at Lena. He's one of the brightest guys. Thank you, Kwame, for taking Eric. Go to other radio stations and newspapers in Grand G there. The guys are there, they are working. That's, it brings me joy. If I see an old man who's struggling with a child come to VVTC, and after 1 week or 2 weeks, and they telling me, say, I face donor your own. And it brings joy to me.
So Mr. talk about investment into TVET. How do you want it differently? How do you want to see the support, the investment, whether it's government or the international partners? How do you want to see it differently? Are we doing something, differently, or the way it is, it should stay?
We need to do it differently and systematically.
Okay.
In other words, what I'm seeing is the government and the private sector need to work together. All right. I don't see why NASVET cannot have piece of the cake of the national budget. We need subsidy for the private sector. And when I say the government is doing well, I'm not bragging with the TVET sector. If you go to BWR today, you will see the transformation there. If you go to MVTC today, you will see. Now the government is struggling with the Bento facility, but there are other institutions, even the LORC, the government gave them subsidy. So holistically, all the private TVET institutions that are registered legally under the laws of Liberia, they should be given subsidy. If you want to take the subsidy as a bulk, give it to NASVET, and NASVET make the distribution annually. It will help. Look, Bob, let me tell you something.
So in running a successful TVET school, what counts? Is it the equipment, the learning environment? What counts?
It's a whole package. The environment have to be conducive. All right? Female will go to the place as well, and other people. The environment has to be conducive. And the training equipment, you can't be doing catering and you don't have stove. I mean, joking. If you're doing electricity, you need to get electricity laboratory.
Because it's more practical.
Yes.
Than theoretical.
If you're doing tailoring, you got to get sewing machines and other equipment. It will come a time some of these equipment we are using nowadays will be obsolete. Modernization has changed the many ways of learning now in Liberia, including TVET. You understand? So why don't you put a video for your catering class, put a video up for your catering class, and they're teaching them how to do rice bread. Then you come back one-on-one in person and tell them, this is the way you saw it there. This is, to make it different. Yeah. So the government have to put, and I tell God, thank you. I don't know when the project is starting, that the government is working with its international partner to ensure that TVET is digitalized. Okay. In the country, they have access. Teachers have access to learning materials, training materials online. Teachers have access to different sort of technical skills teaching, and the students as well can access, their grades, their information, and they can go online and get new ideas and research and all that kind of stuff. And there should be a database in every school. Yeah. All right. So that the information is not just, the days of papers are wearing away. Okay. All right. Where you got to get letterhead, whole box. Yeah. The letterhead is on the computer, it's in your system. You can just type a letter and send an email. So all these advanced things the government need. So this year, or say next year, if it is not 10 private TVET school, the government say, okay, we'll do some pilot with the National Association of Science and TVET. Let's support these 5 TVET private schools, bring them up to stage, some level with their capacity in terms of equipment and their facilities. Bulk of the TVET private schools owners are renting. It's a clear cut, and some of them are not even registered. I'm sorry to say, but you cannot be doing business in the country. You know what I'm saying? Some TVET schools have been running 10 years. Okay. And they are not registered. This is some of the things we've been fighting for, and we're praying now, and at least bulk of them have gotten to understand. Because how will you benefit from the government? You are not in the government system. Okay.
Well, Mr. Tokba, let's take course. You're listening to the Economic Hour radio show on ELBC Radio 99.9. We are also live on LNTV Liberia Live Facebook page. We relayed on OKFM in Monrovia, Classic FM in Kakata, Magibi County, Radio Banga, Super Bongis in Bangabong County, Radio Gompa in Ganta, Nimba County, and a host of other community radio stations across the country. Call us now on 080-514-096, 080-514-096. My guest this morning is Mr. Louis Togba. He is the founder and board chair of the Versatile Vocational Training Center. We are talking about TVET, the importance to national growth and development, and also the economy, based on the empowerment of young people and how improved their livelihoods will be if they venture into TVET. So call us on 08005140096 or 0770581886. Now, as we with the calls, Mr. Tokba, what's the vision for the next, let's say, 5 years from now for Versatile?
Well, we want to see Versatile Vocational Training Center in the next 5 years.
Yeah, we have a call. Let's take this call. Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Hi, man.
I'm fine. What's the name? Where you call from?
This is James Toba. I call from. Yeah, I want to get the requirement for the program.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is why I'm interested in this. I want to get it.
Okay. He will give the basic information. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. So at the end, you.
So in 5 years' time, by His grace, holding all things constant, we want to see our facilities improve to standard, and to raise the bar. Also, we're thinking about raising the bar of the VVTC. We want to turn VVTC into a technical vocational college in the future. Wow. And we want to ensure that our trainers get international exposure in terms of capacity building, and some of our students do some exchange with other countries that are involved with TVET. So they go to Ghana, and some of the Ghanaian students coming here, and maybe if it is a month to share experiences. All right, there's something we want to do, and we also.
Yeah, let's hear from this person, Mr. Toba. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. Hello.
Yeah. Is that morning?
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, morning. I mean, Omar Kubo.
Yeah, Omar Kubo, how you coming on?
I think I was within to talk to you. But I can't get you that today. I get you, Papa.
Yeah, or not yet. What you say?
Yeah, Mr. Banky, I said at this. It was my full break. So I was in GK for so long. The girl told me now I'm working with person. So I want for Mr. Yes, I want you to send my talking to him. Let it help me what for now read to me. My whole leaky, I honor the wind in there, Papa.
Okay, say your number. What your number?
Can't come with the number. That is number there.
Yeah, let her call it because it on a B phone.
I live in New Jersey, Conway.
Okay, so we'll try to get your number to somebody, yeah?
All right, Papa.
All right, Makubo. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, that was just anyway, not a bad discussion.
No. I mean, these are some of the people we trying to. So in 5 years, we want VVTC to touch more lives. There are other programs we want to introduce, but the facilities have to be upgraded, and then before we add them there. So in fact, we drop 1 or 2 courses. All right. Look, vocational school operation is tedious. You need materials, training materials. All right. And you need to take care of the teachers, and the students themselves too have to be comfortable. All right. And because you don't want to graduate anybody just because you want numbers. All right. I'm happy. I tell most of my students that even if there were one person graduating in a particular period, I don't have problem, because that person is the one that is qualified.
Yeah.
All right. Instead of putting up 20 persons or 50.
Good morning. Morning. Sorry, Mr. Tugwa. Let's hear from the people. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I guess it's our Namu Studios.
Yeah. What's the name?
My name is
Newton, yeah, I joined you from Montreal this month.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I want to appreciate the constant leader of Maryland County. I want to encourage other Marylanders on the sound of my voice to consider voting for John D. and as the next senator of Maryland County.
Oh man, we don't talk politics on economic hour. That development program here. Yeah, the plenty of political programs that will get in the country. You can call. Anyway, Mr. Toba, just wrap up and then give the basic information about the institution.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let me say thank you again. I want to say thank you to the management of this institution, our alma mater. I'm so proud. The Versatile Vocational Training Center is here to stay. It will remain to stay. VVTC and the Louis Toba School of Journalism and Media Services, we are currently recruiting, and I want to announce in a public manner, we will be accepting those who want to go under the George Morba Scholarship and the Civil Aviation Scholarship. You can visit the VVTC campus so that you can apply. This time around, I can show you the exercise, the recruitment exercise will be vigorous. We're doing cosmetology, beauty care. We're doing electricity. We're doing tailoring, fashion design. Journalism is a specialized course. We're also doing catering, pastry and catering. We're doing as well as I talk about plumbing.
Yeah.
Okay. So these courses, you can visit the campus, the event planning, event decoration as well. You can visit the campus in Kenny Town. There we are located opposite City Alumni store, and we can join the program. The program, now, for example, the catering, decoration, 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to do advance in those areas, you have to, do another 6 months. But journalism is not compromising. Electricity is not compromising. Those courses are 1 year. Even beauty care, you can do 6 months. And if you want to advance, you can do another 6 months. So the program is divided in such a way that is accommodating now.
Okay.
We are not hijacked the way we are doing the strict 1 year.
Yeah.
And some people will be impatient, but it is for their own good. All right. At VVTC, there's no body. Every day you got to learn something for the betterment of the country.
Okay. So what's the current status of the program? Are you recruiting now?
Yes.
How much to recruit? Where are you located? What's the number to call?
The numbers to call are 0777 0777 0776 868 732 or 0886 512583 0881 581963. Those are the numbers you can call. We are right before the truck fee if you're coming from the other side, or after the truck fee, the CDC headquarters, just around there in Kenny Town, Bonja community. There we are located. We are accepting students now. Those who opened about 1 week or 2 ago, but we stay accepting students. And our fees are flexible. The 6 months are $50. All right, 6 months at $50. You want to do the 1 year program, then do the additional 6 months is another $50. So our fees used to be more than that, but because we moved to our own place, we have to do community service and get back to the society. So VVTC is here to stay. And let me say before I close, Vavle, that the government should do more and help the private sector through the technical vocational education, because we ourselves are playing a pivotal role.
Okay, Mr. Toba, it's been a pleasure speaking to you, but just give your parting comments as we draw the curtains.
That Liberians should look at technical vocational education as one of the best ways to putting money in their pocket. You can be an accountant and you're not getting job. Why you can get learn maybe electricity, all right? Or maybe tailoring or something else, all right? So electricity or whatever vocation you want to learn, you can learn it at VVTC. This is the best way. While you're waiting for the other big job, you can be working with your own hands and making money.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. He's Mr. Louis Togba. He is the founder and board chairman of the Versatile Vocational Training Center. He's been my guest on Economic Hour on ELBC Radio and other radio stations relaying this program. My name is Vafle Kamara, you can join me next week for another presentation of the show. Again, many thanks to Melvin Stewart, who's been here presenting the program while I was away. You can join us next week for another presentation of the Economic Hour. Bye-bye.